It's quite a windy one this morning. Certainly, we are so privileged to be part of it. Yes, feel the breeze, feel the wind. Let it flow through every part of you. That's the kind of energy today. Let's briefly go on over and see what's part of the headlines before we come back. This morning, we've got 3 features, and we're excited about that.
Good morning. The Bexar Highway was the site of another vehicular collision that left at least 5 people nursing injuries of various types.
On Monday, January 22nd, a motor vehicle collision was reported to the fire service headquarters at around 7:10 a.m. The incident took place in Bexar Castries and involved 8 individuals. As a result of the collision, 5 patients were taken to the OKU hospital for further treatment. These patients suffered various injuries to their bodies. The minibus driver was reportedly taken to the medical facility by private means before the arrival of emergency personnel.
2 other individuals claimed to be uninjured rather, and refused medical treatment. St. Lucia has been selected as the host country for the annual General Assembly of the Caribbean Organization of Tax Administrators, or COTA.
The purpose of COTA is to improve the efficiency of tax administrators within the community. At this point in time, when member states are encountering considerable problems with fiscal space, the issue of revenue generation is high on our agenda. So our role is to collaborate and cooperate with each other to ensure that we share our experiences and for the betterment of tax administration in general within the community.
Established in 1971, COTA aims to improve tax administration within the Caribbean community, or CARICOM, promote regional tax cooperation and harmonization, as well as foster closer collaboration with other tax organizations within the region and the rest of the world. Police news now. On Friday, January 19th, multiple units within the Royal St. Lucia Police Force conducted a joint operation within the Northern and Central Divisions designed to tackle and mitigate a range of crime-related and public safety concerns on the island. During the operation, 7 search warrants were executed and a total of 4 individuals were arrested and subsequently charged. The defendants, in an update, were escorted to the 1st District Court in Castries for the purpose of bail hearings. The court granted each defendant bail subject to certain conditions. Finally, the Commonwealth Secretary-General, the Right Honourable Patricia Scotland KC, addressed leaders from 121 non-aligned movement countries, calling for greater cooperation to protect all humanity from overlapping economic, environmental and security challenges. She was speaking at the 19th Summit of Heads of State and Government of the Non-Aligned Movement in Kampala, Uganda on January 20th. Touching on the disproportionate impacts of the climate crisis on people, communities and economies across the Commonwealth, the Secretary-General recounted the recent devastation in Vanuatu, a member of both the Commonwealth and the Non-Aligned Movement. These are your top stories. Thanks for watching.
Thank you very much, Kendall. We take a break now. We'll come right back after this. Our first 2 features is like a 2-parts component. We had to do that because we needed to get insight on the actual body that is put in on the actual program. So we cover in the program, but we needed to get insight on the body that is part of the program. So in our first feature, we spoke to Sandra. Sandra Jones is connected with the NTRC. It's a department under the NTRC. So we found out more about what's going on. We're here this morning with Sandra, a fellow Grenadian. Just leave me alone here this morning, please and thanks. Right, and of course Natoya here. They are from the department of the USFO. Yes. Right, I got it right. That's NTRC, a department under the NTRC, right? Exactly. Right, I get the thing right, Listen, it took a lot, but I'm getting there. We're here this morning to zero in on, of course, we've got to come back to find out some more about the USFO, but we're here this morning to talk about the Men in Tech program. There's a program that's coming on, but just briefly, Sandra, just run through USFO what it is for us.
Okay, so it's Bogatech. But anyway, let me go with the Universal Service Fund Office. So the Universal Service Fund Office, which is the USFO, was established in 2008 under the Telecommunications Act, right? The NTRC is tasked with the responsibility of managing this department. Yes. In terms of source of fund, the department is funded by the telecommunications service providers, meaning like Flow
and
Digicel, etc., etc. Okay?
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
and they are tasked in providing a percentage of their annual revenue yearly towards that fund.
Wow.
Yes, right. So this fund has to be adequately used, right? And utilized. So it is utilized for the benefits of St. Lucia, of course. And what we do with the fund is to ensure that there are affordable telecommunication services, right? How we do that? We invite proposals from public entities. So like libraries. You may have gone to, for example, the Babuno Library and found that there is internet connectivity and surrounding areas of the library. And this is a project that was funded, one of our earlier projects by the Universal Service Fund.
No, hold on there. You see why we need to come back? Because I had no idea. I should just be giving people, listen, I should just be giving people and say, but they're taking all this money from people. Now I understand they're actually giving back. So all again, no flack for me again. Forget it, certainly. Wow. Sandra, we need to come back and extensively do a piece on this because this
Yes,
is huge.
But just to close it off and just to top it off, the idea of the Universal Service Fund is to fund these public projects, as mentioned, mainly primarily for internet connectivity, right? And also, in most cases, we also provide equipment, that's computer equipment, in order for them to access the internet connectivity. So this is the main, this is what the projects are made up of, really, providing efficient internet connectivity and equipment. And most or all of our projects are for a period of 5 years. Right? Our funding is for 5 years. Presently, we have 7 projects that is ongoing. Our most recent project, though, is the Soufrière project. It is vast. It is big. It is a second time. One of our first project, actually, has been the Soufrière Community Project, where we had access points throughout the community, all the communities throughout Soufrière. This time around, it is our newest project. We have 28 access points being placed throughout Soufrière, a project costing approximately $600,000, yes, and the intention is to have it done within the next, 2 to 3 months, completed. Yes, so as I said, the tip of the iceberg. One of our main initiatives as well now, in terms of project, is the procurement process, which has started for the Masha playing fields. Yes, the Masha playing fields, meaning Masha grounds and the Mindu Philip Park. Now, if you remember, the ICC is coming to us soon, and the Mindu Philip Park is earmarked to be a training site. So the intention is to have this park ready, first and foremost, in terms of having internet connection, with this initiative or this ICC event in mind. Wow. So hopefully by March of this year. Wow. Yes. So apart from our many projects, which we need to speak more about, we also have the initiatives. One of our initiatives that we've been having for the past, 8 years or so, has been the Girls in ICT. This is an initiative that happens every April, the 4th Thursday, to be exact, every April. So this year we'll be, of course, having that. It's a ITU initiative. And another important initiative of ours yearly is our Summer Tech program that usually happens in July, August. Right. Again, we're looking forward to having one of that. Now, the Bogatech, or the Men in ICT, as you would have mentioned, is a new initiative that Ms. Cassius would speak more about. After getting a lot of questions about why only girls, what are you doing for the men, we sat down and decided to really look into the needs of the young men. Of course, they are part of our other programs like our Summer Tech, but we've decided to do something specifically for them.
Absolutely.
That's right. So this is our first time, and Natoya Cassius will tell you more about that.
Wonderful.
Bogatech.
Thank you, Sandra, and we will be back.
Sure.
Because there's a lot happening there. We definitely have to come back, certainly. Listen, I'm from the Caribbean and I noticed I had to find a brace. So I found a brace and done them kind of windy times there. The second feature, like I said, is a continuation. So Natoya is a project assistant in the department, and she's the one directly responsible for the new initiative that is put on under the NTRC. Well, we would have found out a little bit about the NTRC and the USFA and these things in previous times. So we are here to zero in on one of the projects, the initiatives under the NTRC and under the USFA. Yes. And here to explain it to us is Natoya. Natoya, how are you, love?
I'm good, thank you. Thank
Wonderful.
you for having me today.
Awesome.
So one of our initiatives is our Bug Attack training.
What does that
so
mean?
Bug means man or boy
That's
in Patois. So it's our way of showcasing and just being part of the community. So Bug Attack. We want to have our young men and boys just participate in our STEM subjects. So STEM meaning science, technology, engineering, math. So we want to get our boys really in there. Every year in April we have our girls for Girls in ICT Day, and it's an ITU, International Telecommunications Union initiative. So this year we're really focusing on the boys.
Right.
Now,
the first year you decided to focus
first
on the
year
boys.
just the boys only.
Well, I agree.
Yes.
Why? Anyways, we're going to talk about that.
So because we've been yes.
Rightfully so. I'm glad
Since we've been focusing on the girls only, although we have our summer tech training, we focus on both boys and girls. Okay. But people were complaining, what about the men? Since we're having only girls in ICT, what about the men? It was continuous. So we said, okay, we are listening to you, and we're gonna have Bogatech.
That's right.
So that's gonna happen on February 1st and 2nd.
Okay, it's a 2-day
Yes,
event. Okay.
at the National ICT office in Castries from 9 a.m. to about 2:30 p.m.
What are you looking for? Who could sign on?
So we are targeting young men 16 to 25. Okay. So that's a good age group where, you're probably interested in entrepreneurship, you want to build yourself, you want to build your skills. So we are going to focus on WordPress. So that's a program which can help you build your own website. Really? Yes. So imagine in 2 days, we're going to really give them enough so that they can come out with something really good. So that's us focusing on young men. Yeah.
How can they sign up on what's the eligibility?
Pop me an email at ncassius@ectel.int. In fact, we have very limited spots at the moment. We were looking for 20 persons, and right now we have about 16. In fact, as we speak, I'm probably booked right now. Yeah. So maybe in the next cohort, but in the meantime, we're very close to
Right, I'm glad you say the next cohort. So
yes.
This is going to become a stable
Yes, we're looking forward to just having it continue on and just engage our youth.
Right. What has been the response since you put it out? How long did you put out that?
My gosh.
The ad for that, like the promo.
So we have it on our Facebook. We also have an ad at our bus shelter program at Massey, the shock bus shelter. Right. We have the ad there as well. Now, our Facebook comments are, what about the older persons? What about the 50-year-olds? Why only 16 to 25? Oh, my gosh. But we cannot get everybody in just one sitting for 20 persons.
Right.
So we look at the older ones at some point, but for now, it's just the young men. So bear with us, please. We will try to make it.
You're in for a lot of flack there, because trust me, a lot of people would like to acquire this sort of soft skills.
So that just shows the interest in the public. So just give us a little chance, and we'll probably look at a larger group or older persons, but for the moment, Just the young people, just for now, just give
But
it to
20 is
20.
still not a lot. Is
Yeah.
there a reason why you kept that
Well,
number so minimal? Because
The
it takes a lot.
location takes 20 because we need computers and internet
Okay.
service.
Right.
So just for the moment, and the location, since it's easy, it's accessible, we chose the location. And that's also our location for girls in ICT.
Right.
So it's just to give us a little chance until we get maybe a larger location to
Right.
host more persons or perhaps more trainings throughout the year.
But that's what I'm saying. So, based on the response you've been having for those programs, has it become necessary or have the thoughts
Yes.
started to happen that, hey, we need a bigger space and more
And it's a
equipment?
staple, maybe more frequent or something like that,
Exactly.
but just to cater to
least
everybody.
you're
Everybody
starting.
wants to participate, and we get it, but
What
give
do
us
I
the
need
time.
to participate? It's a paid program? Is it?
No, it's free.
It's free?
Free. Can you believe? Yes.
I can.
2 days.
Wow.
We're providing such a service. We're really taking it
Wow.
because we really want
what
to give
do I
back.
walk away with at the end of it? Do I get a
You-
certificate?
yes,
do I
you
get
will-
something that is recognized? Is the certificate I'm getting
Certificate.
recognized?
I don't know to say recognized, but it's a 2-day training, so you get the knowledge, and we
Right.
give you something to show that you participated in such a course. Also, side note, the participants get to win prizes.
Wow.
Yeah, participants. So you can win a prize. It's a little secret as to what it is. But the prizes are really good. So it's just to show you, you come, you put in the effort, the hard work, and we're going to reward you with something.
And you're still walking away with that skills.
Yes,
That's
so-
better equipped you for the world out there, isn't it?
What more can you ask for,
Wow,
right?
this is amazing. I
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
I like that. But we need to stay close to y'all. Y'all have nothing there for people, other people like me. So
Oh
like,
my gosh.
I'm very, like, my hand wrong in the tech. Y'all have nothing there for me that I can, brush up on my skills.
It
in that.
seems we will start to include the older persons
You have to do
because
that,
they're
yeah.
giving us a little flack with that.
You have to listen, you have to check for me. We understand the thing. Who go check for me?
We'll
You understand?
we'll check for you.
But when is registration closed?
It's not closed as yet. Until it's full, it's not closed.
Okay.
But-
so it can happen if
Any
that one
moment.
person is missing up until the last day.
That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. I like
but
that. I
4
like
slots remaining,
that.
so
That's not a lot.
it's tough.
Right. And if it locks off before that,
That's it.
That's it.
Yes.
But the first and the second, this is 2
Yes,
days,
2
like
days,
2 days,
full
from
days.
morning.
9 a.m.
9
until
to-
about after 2.
Right.
Yes.
Wonderful. So,
So-
if you're interested and you're within the age group of,
16 to 25, young man.
send
Yes.
an email to
Cassius@ectel.int, so NCASSIUS@ECTEL.int.
wonderful. What are you waiting for? Come on, get on. And again, our final feature, because we've got 3 today and we're excited, we can't forget that we are also in the week, smack down in the week of the Nobel Laureate Festival. And the only Creole component that is added onto the festival's celebration is put on by Karen Tobia, and it's called Kai Creole. We caught up with Karen. Well, obviously, you have everything that is happening as part of the celebration for the Nobel Laureates. And this is St. Lucia, of course. And we've got to make sure our St. Lucianism is capitalized and captioned in that. And who best? Because this woman has stuck through to the cause. You stay, listen, you put on thing for Christmas. Here you are again, putting on that Creole twist to the entire celebration. Kai Creole it is. Karen, Happy New Year, everything in one. Big
you.
apologies, I have chocolate and thing for you. But we'll talk about that afterwards. Tell me what is going on.
So, Kai Creole will be putting on the only Creole activity for Nobel Laureate Week, which is a Tipawal Creole. That takes place on Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 at Heroes Park. And for the people who don't know where Heroes Park is the green clearing just right before the Sanssouci Bridge. So if you're coming out of Castries, it's on your left-hand side.
Right.
If you
Where
go
they have
in-
the manger over the holiday season.
Yes,
Right.
where the manger was.
Right.
God, where the manger was. Yes, so that is where Heroes Park is. So
Right.
next Saturday afternoon, we'll be there from 4 to 6. We have about 10 poets, a little bit of music. We're infusing a little bit of music this year as well. And it's usually a very family-friendly event, so you can bring your kids. And if you bring your kids, I promise you that they will be going home with a peanut book. I don't know if you know of Dawn French and her
yes,
peanut
Dawn
book.
French.
Right. So
Okay,
Dawn
great.
is always there. Dawn comes in and supports. And so whilst the adults are being entertained with the Creole and the language. Of course, the children are curious, so we tell them what the language means as well. But they will all be given a little coloring book, and they will have their own little vibe going on. It's a nice, green, very safe space. So you can bring the kids and come in and just sit and have, it's a really, the atmosphere in that little space, Demarine, is beautiful. It's serene. It lends itself to that sort of thing. This is not a loud event. It's a very intimate event. So just come in. Of course, the Creole language on its own lends its own vibe.
It's so colorful.
It's so colorful. And so it is prose and poetry in Creole.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
So yes, and for the people who don't know and who always say that, you know, that Creole is not part of us, or how does Creole get infused in Nobel Laureate Week? It gets infused because of Honorable Derek Walcott. Right. He was very proud of his Creole heritage, yes. And he infused the Creole language in a number of his writings. So this actually just fits in nicely when we're talking about what is authentically St. Lucia. There's nothing more authentic with St. Lucia than our Creole language.
I'm happy you're making that link between our Nobel Laureates and the actual Creole and why it is that it's necessary to put on a Creole event in a time like now. How does the event is going to incorporate the both of them? Are you encouraging persons in their pieces to incorporate
all of the pieces that are being presented incorporates the theme of Nobel Laureate Month.
Right. Celebrating excellence.
Celebrating excellence, and we always ask them to incorporate St. Lucia as well. So not just excellence, but my St. Lucia. So most of the themes are around my St. Lucia and what St. Lucia means to me as an individual growing up in St. Lucia, living in St. Lucia. And so most of the writings is focused on that. And so you can imagine when you're speaking about St. Lucia in Creole.
Right.
I remember we had a piece a couple of years ago where the Creole language was being used, and she actually referred to St. Lucia, as always, as a woman. So she was describing St. Lucia. The twin petals as the tete and all of that. So it is always that sort of infusing of the language into it, and it is a Creole. It's a Creole event, so the language is used, and part of the presentation is not just the spoken presentation. Because we have recognized that Creole is a language, we also invite our poets and our prose writers to submit their work in writing. Absolutely. And we offer an incentive for the best written piece that is going in. Stuff. So that is encouraging. And this year I have not done so yet, and I have not been in touch with them as yet, but I know that I had said so to the FRC. Over the years, Kai Creole has received a number of written pieces, both for the song competition and for this. So we will be presenting an unpublished compilation of that to the FRC and giving a copy to the archives as well. Because it is really important that we keep written record of these things. A lot of our traditions in St. Lucia have been oral, and we don't have the record. So that's part of what I'm doing this year.
Just throw out again. It's
Saturday afternoon, the Saturday the 27th. That's the last Saturday of January, right at Heroes Park from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we're giving you a close enough time because it's not something that's going to be ending forever. Right. It's actually a 2-hour event, and we always try to stick to the 2 hours.
Wonderful. Karen,
just come out
again.
And it's free of charge, of course.
Right.
Absolutely, yes.
Kudos again. Bring it in. We can depend on you, and I'm certain this is going to be a hit. We look forward to it.
Thank you very much, Marie. It's so nice to talk to you again.
That is our shows for today, and I hope you're going to join us again tomorrow. We're going to be having 3 tomorrow again, and we got some exciting ones already planned out. So let's do it again tomorrow. But today, go on out and be great. And, find some time to take in some of this awesome atmosphere on the outside. Go outside a little bit. Why not?